a commercial motor vehicle is a gamble you don't want to take. Pass quickly or stay back where the driver can see you. Because when something goes wrong up front, you don't want to be anywhere near it. Later, y'all.
Each of the 3 defendants for allegedly acting in bad faith. Apparently, if you're fucking in public, it's fair game. Roll those cameras. Actually, put them away. Because in 2008, they sued the Sao Paulo Supreme Court, and they reversed the previous decision, saying it wasn't public, but the spread of the video served to humiliate the plaintiffs. And you know the way that he was acquired, you got people on a beach all by themselves, and a dude sneaking in the background recording them. At me. There's a level of substance to it. Brazilian justice system can you make your resolved in 2015, with YouTube having to pay out close to $65,000 in fines to both Daniela and her then boyfriend, respectively.
And that's how a leaked sex video got.
Yeah, why would I get into the right lane when all everybody does is just fucking camp in the right lane?
YouTube being banned in your entire country, it's having access to
and then
YouTube
they camp
videos,
right next
but
to
not
you.
having a good meal to watch them.
Why would I get into the fucking right lane?
If this is you, what are we doing here?
Either way, they just fucking camp.
Mealtime spread. Christian from Egypt who was living near Los Angeles at the time. Soon more information would come out about this guy's life. It was discovered that in the 90s he had served time in prison for intent to manufacture meth, and as recently as 2010 he was charged with bank fraud and sentenced to serve 21 months in prison. The guy was in fact still on probation in June of
Soon after the announcement, a Facebook page was created by John Wellington as a platform to post the Muhammad drama. And by May 3rd, the Facebook had a whopping 11,000 members, with many going ahead and sharing illustrations of the prophet. Back in 2010, the internet was a lot more overtly edgy, and it has quickly actually experienced a resurgence during the 2020 COVID era. From your mutual singer mom was getting for the first part of 2020, almost it was everywhere. According to some sources, it was unlikely considering how important online people were at the time. Little did people know the guy that they were gawking at was already
in 3 at the auction. Wow, it's so low. I think it's amazing buying aftermarket parts for your vehicle. Don't even own the car. So if you
Sheriff's out here cutting up in traffic.
More money, that's great. What was it? Those trucks, the Yukon type vehicles. I mean, big
fucking Dodge Durango out here cutting up in traffic.
Want to start making even more money, and they start lending out even more to people who probably shouldn't. And it's the same thing with the car market. And I didn't even realize the next comment is basically what I said. Same for housing. Never going to be a crash if people keep overpaying. People would rather continue to look like they have money than actually have money. And I think the next clip is a very good example when you start walking through the repo lots for these auctions and looking at some of the vehicles that were taken away.
Just folks auction. When you guys give me the answer.
24 bucks? Is this real life?
Discount or repo lot agreed.
Yes.
And they're going to sue you for the difference.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that was...
Yeah, the deficit, it's called, the lack of the money that doesn't get paid by the sale of the vehicle. They're going to come after you for it.
And I just think many people don't realize this. I know we already saw this a little bit earlier in the video, but I just want to hear Rick home so people know. But
why would my brother go in? This guy literally went into the car side of the gas station.
Payments, Ford's proposal will force the car to drive. The patent application shows Ford would first pressure delinquent owners by disabling some of the car's features like the air conditioning or having the audio system play unpleasant sounds.
Wow.
All right, so this is just in a long line of what all of these manufacturers have been subscription-based features and add-ons that were supposed to be in trim levels, but now you got to pay every month to heat your seats. And they always do the same thing where they plant the seed. Years ago, BMW.
God. Oh, wow! He fucking came around the front. Fucking idiot. Yes, it says trucks. Gotta have a little bit of common sense.
local administrations in dozens of countries, bodies themselves in government or allied states. Adolf Eichmann was the second barrel in the first hour. If the prisoner survived the time of punishment, he was returned to his duties. Slavery sounds the solid commander of technical underground facilities for armaments production required massive workforces. Ravensbrück was built to supply this demand. It became a central reservoir of human capital for the state and private industry. The SS Economic and Administrative Main Office, administrative center for a system that grew from over 40 to more than 70 satellite camps. These were spread across a wide area. From Auschwitz, they reinforced identities as individuals with histories, cultures, and families. It was a psychological defense against the relentless assault on their spirits. Artistic expression flourished in secret. Using scraps of paper smuggled from the workshops or charcoal, his answer was to type the process further, seeking a master to remove those it could no longer manage. As the Soviet Union months later to prevent looting, his only act of personal rebellion. Survivors provided fragmentary testimonies despite severe weakness. A Polish woman identified herself as Helena K, saying she was assigned to separate clothing from corpses. She told soldiers the Germans fled 2 days before, shooting anyone too ill to walk. They said said with peaks of hair and gas chamber interiors. Picture editors in New York. Some noticed the Cyrillic captions and dismissed them outright. Others published a few bluntly. Verification required. Nazis clearly capable of mass murder, but numbers exaggerated. That memo remained classified until after the war. Meanwhile, survivors continued to die in Lublin hospitals. Their testimony was recorded on fragile paper, translated through exhaustion.
What the fuck are you doing? Oh, fuck!
September 1944.
Oh my god, you're gonna fucking die!
Invited neutral representatives from the Allied powers to visit.
Oh my god, it just keeps getting worse!
Journalist William Lawrence. One investigator wrote, the crime was not committed only by hands, but by schedules and accounting. As the evidence grew, the tone of Soviet communication shifted from out. The plan was to set the camp on fire, kill the guards, and escape en masse toward the Polish forests. The uprising.
Fucking god!
The prisoners attacked the war alive. Stangl, the camp commander, who had spent weeks anxious thinking that he would be blamed for what happened, was called before Globoknik 3 weeks later. His fear.
Fuck out of the way!
Stangl described years later his relief.
Oh my
I
fucking
felt
god!
the violence were going to dissolve. I was so sure that they were going to blame me for something bad, and now, on the contrary, I had what I had always wanted. Franz Kurt, Stangl's lieutenant.
Idiot!
Before Franz and his men departed for Sobibor, the last 30 Jewish
Holy
prisoners
fuck,
who remained
dude.
alive, including 2 women, were executed. Then the prisoners would try to cross the fence on
This fucking stupid motherfucker.
11 SS officers were killed before the alarm was raised. Some 300 prisoners managed to cross the outer fence. Many
By the way, you fucking idiot!
The guards opened fire with machine guns. Of the 300 who escaped that night,
This fucking asshole.
1774, on January 23rd, the death march of the surviving prisoners toward the west had begun. A total of 60,000 people were forced to
Right here. Why would I get into the right lane when I have this fucking asshole in an F-150 that's unregulated in the right lane? How am I supposed to get over there? How? Oh, you gotta get in the right lane. Fuck off. All these motherfuckers do is just stack up while you're in the right lane, because I have to go left. So suck up, fat fucking sausage.